Morningside High School, and there's some flyers up there. Anybody interested about this important event, please attend this meeting.
Well, I don't know which one to talk into, I guess both. First of all, I'm here on behalf of the Congresswoman because she obviously couldn't be here today. But like everybody said today, there's not enough events where we can recognize police officers and firefighters that do so much every day and basically do a thankless job. So I'm glad to be here today to recognize both the firefighter and police officer, and also to let everybody know, including the city and everybody else that supports law enforcement, that the Congresswoman is doing all she can to help with additional funding and working with the chief to get some funding from the COPS office and other things. So the Congresswoman is a big supporter of our local law enforcement and the community at large that it benefits. So hopefully everything will come through and we'll be able to continue to support the department in the future. But I wanted to go ahead and start off by thanking the firefighter of the year, Stan Fung, and I'll just go ahead and read the certificate off. In recognition as Firefighter of the Year for his perseverance, dedication to duty, and professionalism is a credit to him and the Los Angeles County Fire Department and the Hawthorne area. And this is presented by Congresswoman Maxine Waters, Member of Congress of the 35th District, this 14th day of March, 2001. One more. You can't forget Hawthorne PD. Okay. Next certificate is for the Hawthorne Police Officer of the Year to Detective Joe Romero, in recognition as Officer of the Year for his perseverance, dedication to duty, and professionalism, and credit to him and the Hawthorne Police Department, presented by Congresswoman Maxine Waters, Member of Congress, 35th District, on this 14th day of March, 2001. Thank you. Thank you again for inviting us.
Thank you. Thank you, Blanca. Our next presenter will be Pablo Catano from State Senator Edward Vincent's office.
Good afternoon. What happened? I lost everybody? I bring you warm greetings from our State Senator Edward Vincent, and to the honorees, he sends his congratulations and his thanks for the hard work that they do. And on a personal note, being a resident of Hawthorne, I would like to personally thank the Firefighter of the Year, Stan Fung, and the Detective Joe Romero from the Hawthorne Police Department for all the hard work that they do, making our community, the city of Hawthorne, a better place to live in. So thank you for that. Having said that, I have a certificate of recognition presented to Firefighter Stan Fung in honor of you being selected the recipient of the 2001 Hawthorne Rotary and Kiwanis Firefighter of the Year. Congratulations, March 14, 2001, Edward Vincent, 25th District. The other one is the California State Senate Certificate of Recognition presented to Detective Joel Romero, Hawthorne Police Department, also in honor of you being selected the recipient of the 2001 Hawthorne Rotary and Kiwanis Officer of the Year. Congratulations, March 14, 2001, signed Edward Vincent, 25th District. So thank you.
Thank you, Pablo. And next we have from Assemblyman Jerome Horton's office, Bob Manley.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm so happy Pablo was here before me. The Assemblyman is in Sacramento trying to figure out a way to keep our lights on and our schools open and do all the things that assemblymen do. And we're glad that we were invited here to present these two civil servants this awards for their service in the past, and I'm sure their service in the future. I'm going to first present it to Joel Romero, and I'm just going to read the bottom line. Now, therefore, be it resound that the undersigned does hereby recognize and commend Officer Joel Romero for his devotion to duty, and may God keep you in his care. And our friend from the third watch. If you guys ever watched that program, it's very, it's really interesting, and it has Doc on there and all those guys. I'm going to read the bottom line also. The undersigned does hereby recognize and commend firefighter Stan Fung for his devotion to duty, and may God keep you in his care. It's very, very appreciated, and I hope you will accept this award.
Hawthorne is very lucky to have these two outstanding public servants working for it. Let's give them all a round of applause.
Well, it's my great pleasure. Everybody knows I'm a baseball fan, and I'm a Dodger fan. So it's my great pleasure today to give it a little rundown on our guest speaker, who is Tommy Davis. And a lot of you remember Tommy Davis, one of the National League's top hitters in the early 60s. He had back-to-back National League batting titles in 1962 and 63. In 62, he had one of the greatest single seasons in Major League history. He led the league with a .346 batting average, 230 hits, and 153 RBIs. And that's a great season if anybody knows anything about baseball. And that was, at that time, the only time that they had back-to-back winning of the batting title since Stan Musial had done it back in 1950 and 52 to win consecutive batting crowns. In 1963 World Series, Davis led the Dodgers with a .400 batting average. Tommy hit .320 as a pinch hitter, where he had 63 hits and 197 at bat over an 18-year career, and that's still a record for 150 times at bat today. I think that still stands. Is that right, Tom?
I think last year there was a gentleman that might have gotten it.
Yeah. Well, the ball's livelier, though. There's a whole bunch of things. There's a whole bunch of things there, right? He played in the 1976, the two fall classics. Davis hit .348, and he had a career of 18 years in the majors. He had a lifetime average of 294. During his career, he had a near leg injury that almost ended his career, but he still put in 18 years. Of course, he played for the Dodgers, the Mets, White Sox, Pirates, Astros, Athletic, Cubs. I could stop. I could stop. But I think one of the unique things here, he did in his high school, he went to Boys High School in New York, where he was an outstanding basketball player. And one of his teammates there was NBA Hall of Famer Lenny Wilkins.
Hey, Jerry?
Yes, sir.
We'd sure like to hear from you. Yeah.
Well, is that bio? Is that too much? Am I saying everything, Tommy?
Keep going.
See, he told me to keep going. To make a long story short, he signed a baseball career with the Dodgers. And without ado, Tommy Davis. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. You left the money up here.
You can have it. Take it with you.
My association with everybody here, basically the police department, the fire department, Rotarians, and the Kiwanis League. Well, I played for the Kiwanis League. They had a baseball league, and I'm from Brooklyn, New York, okay? Brooklyn, New York. And our team, the Brooklyn Bisons, was the 1955 state champ, senior state champs of New York State. So, and we played our final game at Cooperstown with the Hall of Famers, and we beat Watertown 7-5. I'll always remember that. You can give me a hand, it's okay. But I did, in reference to the police department, in Brooklyn, you know, you have something called the PAL. I don't know if you know about the Police Athletic League. I ran track and played basketball. And in reference to the firemen, I get a little teary, but they helped my mother last another year, in fact, a year and a half, because she was having a problem, and they came over and helped her, and I'll never forget that. Fire department, thank you. All right, I grew up in Brooklyn, and I have to give my respects to another gentleman, and that's Mr. Jackie Robinson, because if it wasn't for Jackie Robinson, I wouldn't be here right now, okay? And I saw him come to Brooklyn, and as soon as I saw him play, I said to myself, I want to be a baseball player, and I want to play for the Dodgers. Now, that's not easy to do this time, this day and age, because there's a draft and everything, but I ended up playing for the team I wanted to play for. And that's only because of, basically, it was Jackie. I was courted by the Yankees more than the Dodgers at the time out of high school. I had a locker at Yankee Stadium, and I could work out anytime I wanted. I could see any games I wanted. So the Yankees were really, and I didn't like the Yankees, but I didn't say nothing anyway. But they wanted me to sign, and at the time they didn't give out bonuses. You got anything over 4,000, you had to stay in the major leagues for 2 years. So they discouraged you from, you know, getting a lot of money unless they gave it to you underneath the table. But I was going to sign on a Tuesday evening with the Yankees. And Al Campanis, you remember Al Campanis was their head scout at the time. And he would come over to the house and talk to the parents and basically, you know, was trying to tell us what was encouraging about the Dodgers and why he should sign. And you would listen until the Sunday before I was supposed to sign. Jackie Robinson called my house that evening. And so I couldn't even hold the phone. I was like that, you know. And he was telling us, you know, it'd be great to have you as a Dodger, and anything you know, I would look out for you and all kind of things. So I said, thank you, Mr. Robinson. I signed Tuesday afternoon with the Dodgers. So that was it. As soon as I got that call, I made my decision. But it was a good decision. The Dodgers are a great organization. And at that time, you know, you didn't have the draft and you didn't have the free agency thing. So you get to know the ball players. I knew all the Dodgers because basically they were on television. Their home games were on television. I don't know why, but we saw them quite a bit. And I got to know everybody, and you felt like you were close to them. You know, Gil Hodges at first, and you got Jackie at second with Jim Gilliam, and Pee Wee Reese at shortstop, and Billy Cox. I don't know anybody remember Billy Cox. You do? Billy came over from Pittsburgh with Preacher Rowe. You remember that name, Preacher Rowe? And Billy didn't, you know, wasn't an outstanding ball player, but he was a consistent ball player. He had about 270, maybe 14 home runs, knocking 70 runs. Come to think of it, that's about $5 million this day and age, isn't it? Sure is. But he had a thing. He had a shotgun for an arm, and if you hit a ground ball, and he knew the guys that could run too. I imagine he wouldn't do this all the time, but a little one hopper to him, take it out of his glove, and look at the ball. It looked like he was looking at the ball like this, while the guy was running down to first base. And threw him out every time. I mean, at one time, I just wanted to see if one guy could beat it one time, what would I do? But he would throw him out every time. And that was Billy Cox. And I'll always remember Billy Cox. Take the ball while the guy's running, ground ball, and do this. And then throw the guy out. Now, if I'd have done that, I'd have been about $500 fine. You know, wouldn't play for about 3-4 days or something like that. But it was outstanding. Never had a left fielder. You had Gene Hermansky, Sandy Ambrose, Shotgun Suba, but we did have a center fielder by the name of Duke Snyder. Mr. Duke could do it all. Then we had a shotgun in right field, Mr. Carl Ferrillo. Then we had one of the best catches ever. His name was Roy Campanella. Him and Yogi both had 3 MVPs while they were doing that time in New York. 3 MVPs. That's Roy Campanella. All right?
And then there was a picture